What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over Maddie's Whimsicott League Week 3. So, it's going to be pretty good. If we take a look at all these teams, obviously my team is the Sun team with Glaring Weezing and Darmantan and that type of stuff, so you're familiar with that one. However, if we take a look at my opponent Jolty's team, we're able to see a more balanced approach. So, they have some very, very big threats in Goldango and Weavile being able to output insane damage to any of my Pokemon, taking a one-hit knockout on most of them. So those two are definitely two Pokemon I'm looking out for a lot this game. Zapdos, Mega Altaria, and Quaquaval are also super, well, not super, but very good offensive Pokemon. Not necessarily into my team, but just like overall. So I don't expect them to. I don't expect all three of them to come, but I expect at least one or two. And then for the final supporting cast, there is Volbeat, which is able to set up stuff like Prankster Tailwind, doubling their speed, Prankster Rain Dance, setting up the rain so my fire moves are halved, and shuts off my Chlorophyll abilities. And for Volbeat, it's also getting access to Taunt and Encore, and Thunderwave being able to disrupt my Pokemon and cause all sorts of problems across the team. For another very good supporting Pokemon is Torracat, which is the mid-evolution of Incineroar. And if you know anything about VGC, the one Pokemon you should know that is amazing is Incineroar. So it has very similar utility options inside of like Fake Out, Intimidate, able to use U-Turn if it needs a pivoting move. It also has access to Will-O-Wisp, being able to burn Pokemon like Rhyperior or Glaring Darmanitan and cutting their physical attack in half. Overall, very good supporting Pokemon and not horrible attack stats. And then there's Fungus, which is the free evolution of Amoonguss. Very similar playstyle to it. It has Spore, Rage Powder being able to support and redirect, and it might get Pollen Puff, but I'm unsure. And then for combos I'm looking out for, there's really only one I see here that I'm horrified of, and that is Volbeat and Goldango. Because Goldango is one of my least favorite Pokemon to come out of Gen 9. Not because I hate the design. I think the design is amazing. However, it's how good it is in competitive play is insane. It's great in singles, great in doubles, good in almost every format it's allowed in. So that is what I'm very scared of. And then Volbeat being able to double its speed and set up Rain Dance to make my moves do less and show off my abilities is very problematic for me. So, yeah. Anyways, I will jump right into the team builder. Alright, so we are going right into the team builder right now. We have Torkoal, which is able to click Eruption and Heat Wave in front of Goldango and Volbeat and such, being able to nuke them if it's at full HP with Eruption, obviously with Charcoal, being able to output huge damage. Heat Wave is a more reliable option if it isn't at quite full HP, also being able to hit super effectively on a good amount of the team. And then Earth Power being able to provide useful coverage into stuff like Torracat or something like Terra Rock Goldango for some reason. I don't know. And then Protect, obviously, just for being an amazing utility move. EVs here are pretty simple, just max special attack, max HP with some special defense. Just trying to basically stay around for as long as possible while doing good damage. And then a trend you'll notice is I'm Terrifier. This is just for more damage, but Terrifier is able to counter against Goldango, Make It Rain, Weavile, Triple Axle, Torracat, Overheat, and Flare Blitz, Altaria, Fairy Moves. Anyways, now we go into Lilligant here. We have the Covert Cloak item, which means we are immune to secondary effects. We have the Chlorophyll ability, being able to double our speed in the harsh sunlight. Sleep Powder being able to put our opponents to sleep that are not holding safety goggles or being Goldango. After you being able to make Torkoal move immediately after Lilligant, so it's able to do great damage with Eruption. Sunny Day being able to reset the weather in case Volbeat tries to set it to rain. And Aerial Ace being able to just do consistent damage even though it isn't a ton. In hindsight, I probably should have changed this, but it is what it is. EVs here are almost max speed, almost max HP, and then a mix of defense and special defense. Again, Terra Fire being able to resist all those useful hits. For our next mon, we have Choice Ban, the Glaring Darmanitan, with Guerrilla Tactics, so it's effectively, I mean, basically a 2 times 2.2. It's the multiplier on Glaring Darmanitan's attack stat is now 2.25, and seeing how it's already 192, one of the highest in the game, it is insane for that. Anyways, so we got Rock Slide to be able to cover for stuff like Weavile, Zapdos, Torracat, and Volbeat. Flare Blitz being able to cover Goldango with Volbeat for the most part. Zen Headbutt for niche Pokemon that might come, like Quaquaval or Foongust. And then Ice Punch just for reliable stab in case I just want to go for stuff like that. Almost max speed, max attack, and then a tiny bit of bulk. Terra Fire once again, as the trend continues. Now we have Charizard with Choice Specs and Solar Power, again keeping up with the very large attack boosting things. We have Heat Wave being able to go for spread fire moves. Weather Ball, I want them to be preferably in sun, so it gets a stab solar power boost, but if it's in rain, it can also be boosted by water. Scorching Sands being able to hit stuff like Torcat, and then Air Slash again hitting niche stuff like Quaquaval. So yeah, just very simple. We have max speed, max special attack here, and then again Terrifier. Jumpluff is here holding the Mental Herb, being able to be immune to like Taunt, Encore, that type of stuff from Volbeat. Chlorophyll again, being able to double our speed in the harsh sunlight. Tailwind doubling our team speed. Encore locking one of their Pokemon into a move. Sleep Powder putting one of their Pokemon to sleep. And Dazzling Gleam being able to chip away at anything and break any focus sashes. Jumpluff is max HP with kind of a high speed stat and then a good amount of bulk. With Terra Ghost, our only non-Terrifier Pokemon on this team, yeah, just to be immune to Fake Out. We have Mega Slowbro here with obviously a Slowbro because that's what it requires to Mega Evolve. It will start off as a Regenerator, its ability, and then become Shell Armor. Trick Room is pretty good here with their speed control. They don't have a single Pokemon under 80 besides Foongus, so that's nice. We have Psychic here being able to hit stuff like Zapdos and Torcat neutrally. We also have Flamethrower for hitting stuff like Weavile and Goldango for super effective damage. And then we also have Protect and Trick Room. Obviously, like I mentioned just now, Trick Room taking advantage of the relatively high speed, and then Protect being able to support itself and not take any damage. Then EV-wise, we have max HP, max special attack. And with that, I will get right into the battles. Alright, here we are. We're looking at game 1 here. So we are very happy that Weavile did not come, as it was very scary into our team, but that doesn't mean we aren't out of the woods yet, considering they still have, as I said before, the very scary duo of Volbeat and Goldango. So we'll have to watch out for that. And then Torcat being able to Fake Out us and then Intimidate. Foongus having Spore and Rage Powder support. Mega Altaria for good attacking, offensive pressure, and Zapdos for, again, more offensive pressure. So let's take a look at this game. Here they leave with Torcat and Goldango, and I leave with Torkoal and Lilligant. So Lilligant has a Covert Cloak, and I think Torcat fakes out Lilligant, which it does, and then I put Torcat to sleep, which is that good. In hindsight, I probably should have. Sorry, I have a sore throat right now. But in hindsight, I probably should have attacked with Torkoal since Shadow Ball wouldn't have OHKO Torkoal, and Heat Wave would have done great damage onto either Pokemon. So I'm kind of unfortunate in that manner, but it is what it is. So we have that. After you now Eruption, being able to bring Torcat down to its focus sash and doing over half to Goldango. Fortunately, like I said before, Nasty Plot Goldango is something I was looking out for, and that just OHKO'd Logan, so that really sucked. Ice Punch being protected, so can't really do anything about that. However, Torkoal Eruption does take a KO on Torcat there, so each side has a KO, and then we have the combo that I was always very scared of in Volbeat and Goldango. I switch in Slowbro here, still taking insane damage from a resisted hit. I figured that turn 1 they'd go Rain Dance, so then after that I figured they actually didn't have it just because the way they played it. So yeah, Sun runs out, I bring Torkoal back out. Then they do reveal that Rain Dance is in their move pool, and then Make It Rain, as you can see, Goldango is just so good. Amazing. Anyways, I will bring us to game 2. Okay, here we are, game 2, and I'll get right into the battle. So, they lead with Torcat and Goldango once again, and I lead with Slowbro and Galarian Darmanitan. So here I obviously Mega Slowbro, because why wouldn't I? And then they fake out Darmanitan. I believe I go for Trick Room? Yes, I do. I bring out Torkoal here, being able to set up the Harsh Sunlight while Slowbro protects here. Make Your Rain doing a ton to Torkoal, almost taking an OHKO off of a resisted hit, which is absolutely insane. Really from Torkoal doing not bad damage to Torcat, but not crazy by any means. Parting Shot being able to bring in Volbeat here, expecting a Rain Dance. I don't have much I'm able to do, unfortunately. Just going for Heat Wave, not even doing half on both super effective moves. So it just really sucks here. They set up Tailwind. I go for Earth Power into Gold, and then I set my own Tailwind. So now we technically speed tie. However, we attempt to encore each other, so it just fakes it out. And then wow, what would you know? Goldango gets another 2 KOs. Since Slowbro and Galarian Darmanitan come out here. Goldango and Torcat are out currently, and then Psychic taking a KO on Torcat, which is pretty nice. Zapdos comes out here. Then Flare Blitz not picking up a KO on Goldango whatsoever. Thunder, unfortunately, the crit didn't matter. Galarian Darmanitan is very frail. But then Slowbro takes damage there, a lot of damage, and then Thunder does miss, but it doesn't matter. Shadow Ball can just finish the job. Cells are week 3 game against Jolty. It was not great by any means. They played amazing though, I will say, and prepped great with the Volbeat. But yeah, we will keep pushing forward until the season ends, since with this I believe that puts us at 1-2. Not a great differential, but we can always bring it back. So yeah, I am excited to see you for week 4 against Orange Fanta. So yeah, I will see you guys later.